Now, Jon Stewart looks set to interview Elon Musk, with the Daily Show host officially inviting Musk onto the program after he agreed to honour Musk's request that it air unedited. Yes, there's some trust issues in this relationship, Kinsey. I reckon it's going to be a fascinating exchange if it takes place. It might be a hostile exchange. And let's remind people just how fascinating Elon Musk can be in interviews. Here he is with Joe Rogan, with this tidbit about fellow billionaire and founder of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman.
They kept saying convicted felon, convicted felon. And everybody knows what it is.
Yes.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's terrifying they could do it so brazenly to a guy who was the president for 4 years.
Right. That lawsuit was funded by Reid Hoffman, who is a major Dem donor. And also an Epstein client. The plot thickens.
The plot thickens.
Yes, Reid Hoffman is a terrible character, if you ask me. Just another reason not to be on LinkedIn. But is this interview going to take place? Are we going to see Stewart up against Musk?
I think we will. Musk is putting himself out there a lot more lately. And have you noticed how Jon Stewart has been defending people like Joe Rogan and Theo Von and, saying, I think that Jon Stewart is kind of going into Bill Maher territory a little bit more than I ever imagined.
Well, Jon Stewart, I've got to say, was one of the few who deviated from the groupthink when it came to COVID and the origins of COVID. He was amongst the very first who said it is frankly absurd to accept the official explanation back then. Of course, now it's widely accepted that it came from a lab in Wuhan, but back then it was taboo to even mention it. Now let's go to growing concerns about Justin Bieber's mental health. His personal assistant, Mateo Kolders, has quit due to Bieber's bizarre recent behaviour. That's according to reports. What's wrong with Justin, Kinsey?
Well, let me tell you, I actually heard from Justin's camp about this because I couldn't believe this story. They told me that this guy was fired a while ago and that Justin is not doing hard drugs, is what they said to me. Now, what I will say to you is I follow Justin on Instagram, and he's doing too many not hard drugs. I mean, he's constantly posting smoking weed. He's looking very thin, almost ill, and his behavior seems really bizarre lately. But according to my Bieber sources, they say this guy got the boot a while ago, and this is a non-story.
Yeah, but the erratic behaviour is the erratic behaviour, whatever this guy's motivations may be. Just quickly before you go, Adidas has finally got rid of all its Yeezy inventory after the brand entered the lucrative sneaker and sportswear deal with Kanye West in 2022 over his anti-Semitic comments. How come it's taken so long?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure that they just had plenty of inventory, but I will tell you, Kanye was spotted wearing a T-shirt with a swastika design on Thursday here in LA. No better time to purge. Like, no better time to purge. I can't deal with this anymore.
What is happening with Kanye? Is he getting a divorce from Australian Bianca Sensori? Were they ever really married? Don't have long, 10 seconds. What's the status of that relationship?
I think it's pending. I think it's inevitable.
Inevitable. It's complicated. It's always complicated. Yeah. Kinsey Schofield, thank you so much for your time tonight.